I'll show you how it's done. Shazam!
Hey, what's going on, YouTube world? Welcome back to our channel here at Underdeveloped, where we cover everything entertainment from film, television, and anime and all types of shit. And today we got a review for you, and the review is for The Marvels. Okay, so The Marvels is directed by Nia DaCosta, a female black director. I think that's probably the first black female director in the Marvel universe, I'm pretty sure. But yeah, it's cool. It's cool that a black woman directed this. This is a big deal. Happy for her. Nia DaCosta, and she also directed the latest Candyman movie and also Little Woods.
Yeah, that's her directorial debut.
Little Woods is a directorial debut that's pretty well received, at least in terms of at least by critics.
Yeah, audiences hate, but critics love it.
Yeah. All right, so The Marvels is it's the attempt at kind of like doing like another kind of team up where they have all these Marvel characters that's been developed in other content. Like Monica Rambeau is from the first movie. She was a kid in the first movie because that took place in the 90s. She was the mother of one of her close friends.
Yeah, she was the daughter of Maria.
Maria, she calls Auntie Carol Auntie, but Carol said she was going to come back when she was going to defeat the Skrulls and take down that Supreme Intelligence, but she never did. So this makes its weird feelings there. And she also was in WandaVision. That's where she got her powers.
Yep, we saw her do that.
And Miss Marvel, she already had her own miniseries. She also idolizes, very huge fan of Captain Marvel, which is weird because Captain Marvel was not on Earth enough for you to be that obsessed about her.
At least in the comics, she was an Avenger for a long period of time, but here it's like no.
I seen Infinity War and Avengers. She was like, she's only really she only really was an Avenger. I mean, Endgame at the very end to fight the big fight because she goes off to space and fights spaceship.
Yeah, she's a space character, just strictly a space character.
Pretty much a Green Lantern for the universe,
Kinda, yeah.
So basically the movie begins with Carol in space doing her thing and Monica Rambeau working with Nick Fury in the space station. They both see damaged jump points at the same time, and these jump points in Marvel, if you don't know, is pretty much what they use to go hyperspace. And they both touch this damaged jump point, and for some reason it kind of intertwined their powers. So if one of the three Marvels, and the reason why Miss Marvel is somehow involved in this because she has this this band.
Yeah, this bangle that's like ancient alien technology,
ancient alien thing. That the main villain has the other side to, and that energy, I guess, is connected. Yep. So she gets intertwined with these three. So every time either one of them use their light-based powers to a certain extent, they switch places.
Yep, they do.
So this causes them to get together to figure out the problem while taking down this woman who pretty much is a Drax ripoff. No, sorry, not Drax. She's pretty much a Ronin, the Accuser ripoff. She basically has a grudge against Carol Danvers because she was in the first movie when Carol was like, fucking up the Kree, to take down the Supreme Intelligence.
She fucked up their son.
It caused a lot of damage. She pretty much calls her the Destroyer or the Annihilator.
Yep, the Annihilator. That's what they call her. They all call her that.
Yeah, they call her the Annihilator because, she annihilated shit. So, she harbors a grudge and hard feelings, and she also has to save her son because her planet is dying. So she decides to go to these other planets to take their resources and use it for hers. So she has Ronin's staff hammer thing. Yeah. And she has the other side of Kamala's band, the bangle, whatever you call alien tech, and she uses that to create damage. She's like damaging jump points. She's like stealing resources from other planets.
Yeah, and she's becoming full tyrant.
And exactly. And it's up to Carol and the rest of the other two to stop her. And that's pretty much the movie.
What's annoying about this movie is I feel like a lot of people kind of already have expectations for what they think about it, and they're letting those expectations view their judgment. Because I've seen some takes that are just kind of bad, where like either this movie's like really fantastic or this movie's the absolute utter dog shit that's the worst thing ever. I'm like, it really isn't. Because there's a lot of good in this movie, but there are a lot of things that are just kind of dumb. like one thing that really bugged me for like in the movie is that while they were doing the swapping places, all of a sudden Miss Marvel has a sudden costume change where she was in her actual costume for a majority of that sequence, but then at some point she's just in the air, like she's in the middle of the air falling, and she's in her normal ass clothes. I'm like, why?
I think they tried to justify it by saying that she was like captured and they kind of like made her change clothes.
It didn't. I mean, if it did, then it happened incredibly fucking fast.
No, but I think I'm gonna side with you. I think that was contrived just so that she could hide her band from the main villain.
Yeah, so you have a sleeve to like hide it over. That's all that's there for.
That's I'm pretty sure it is. That was kind of that was this thing. So that was kind of dumb.
This movie has a couple things like that where I'm like, there's a couple of things that really don't make sense. It kind of takes a lot out of the movie. Like for example, the whole thing with the son. Carol ends up solving that very easily. So it's like this whole scenario really shouldn't have even been a problem. This whole movie really shouldn't even happen because the main villain's motivation is such an easy fix.
Fix her son, and Carol has light-based powers, and she's mad powerful, and she pretty much has the power to nuke planets with her energy.
Yeah.
She harnessed the powers of suns, literally. Mm-hmm. So yeah, she used that to very easily at the climax of the movie to restore her planet's son, and thus helping him out, and the movie could have been done in 5 minutes. Honestly, the strong points of the movie that has nothing to do with the typical superhero tropes. What I mean? It has to do with the relationship between these three characters, which to me wasn't paced well enough or fleshed out enough.
Yeah,
because
I wanted more of that.
That was by far the most interesting aspect of this story. I mean, I'm gonna be honest, I didn't watch the first Captain Marvel. That's one of the MC. It's probably the only MC movie. That's probably the only MC movie I haven't seen. I thought Kamala was probably the most interesting, probably one of the better bright spots of this show. I just love her enthusiasm and her optimism and her naivety. She's just happy being there.
Yeah.
I really could feel that energy and joy, and it's kind of it's heartwarming because it can easily come off cringy and it comes off pretty genuine.
Yeah, for the most part,
and sweet.
It annoyed me a little bit at first, but then like I got used to it.
I mean, I can see why I probably be knowing you, but like, and I kind of still where I was coming from, and I enjoyed it. I could see that you're this peppy kind of person, and you hear it, you're idolizing forever. And get to fight alongside it. It could be that it could it can go you can fangirl out. So I can understand that, and I like that. That was sweet. Monica Rambeau and Carol ship, it was kind of that could have had a lot of room for improvement because there's a lot of bones there, and I felt they kind of just did not pace that well. They kind of just like they have these problems. They finally meet for the first time like forever, and they kind of resolve their problems kind of fast.
Yeah,
and I'm like, that should have been something that should have took the whole movie. Some real emotionally heavy movies, because she blipped when her mother was in the bed. So when she came back too, and mother was gone, she missed it. So there's a lot of anger, a lot of resentment, a lot of sadness, a lot of hurt, and I feel this movie didn't really explore that enough. You kind of robbed it of having this really emotional core.
Yeah, it really did, which is a shame because the few bits we get there are mostly good.
I also enjoy the musical planet, which didn't get enough time to, because she had Carol like married this guy, to keep the bureaucracy, to keep him in power, to keep everything going, and they kind of just quickly go on this planet, have a fight, and kind of fuck off. This movie was not that greatly paced, and it did not have enough, in my opinion.
Yeah,
like honestly, they had some good moments in it, but they didn't explore it enough. Them three together is good enough to make you want to see a sequel. Because if you're gonna make a better movie with these three in, and even our parents, I thought the parents are kind of cringy, kind of like these normal parents in this crazy world, and they're not, almost not even noticing how crazy this world really is.
Yeah,
it's kind of unrealistic, but I thought they did kind of pull it off. I think they're charming enough.
Yeah, they're alright. I
think I like Robbie Reyes' family better in Blue Beetle.
Yeah, I was thinking a lot of them when I was watching this movie too.
Yes, they're definitely trying to capture that vibe. The main villain attacked the Skrulls and left them pretty much like homeless. They have to like pretty much shack up with Valkyrie and Asgardians. And I'm like, okay, you have this leader, who obviously is someone that could, be an integral part of this movie. You could have probably had a character from that, wanting to avenge. Yeah,
they're like, nah, no one likes Secret Invasion. We had enough of Skrulls. Get them out of the movie.
Yeah, Skrulls said, fuck off, we're going to fuck off, and then hopefully figure shit out. Because she has a personal relationship with the Skrulls, because the first movie was all about the Skrulls. Yeah. So, like, you could have kept that king around, or that leader around to, help out, something to flesh him out. I don't know, it's kind of weak with the writing, I gotta be honest. Yeah. The direction is fine. The writing is very weak. Could explore it a lot more. Wasn't satisfying enough, and that's the biggest problem.
Yeah, and pacing is a little too fast.
Yeah, as I said, the pace. Yeah, this movie definitely has a lot of pacing problems for sure. So yeah, my score for this, I'm looking at a 68.
Yeah, I'm thinking 65 personally. That was just the number I kind of came out here with.
That was the original, but it looked like it got lower.
Yeah, it's now down to 62 from the critics.
85 was way too high. That's not gonna fucking.
Yeah, no.
That's more like Guardians 3 score.
Yeah. Guardians 3 is easily the best Marvel movie of Phase 4.
Absolutely. Yeah, I'll say.
Yeah.
He's the best movie and Loki's the best show. Yeah, so check I'll say this movie's more than, even though I didn't see Captain Marvel, I'm pretty sure if I did, I also like this movie more. So I'll say definitely give this a watch, especially if you're a fan.
Yeah. If this movie interested you at all, give it a watch, go to the theater, check it out. Don't let the culture war bullshit either side get to you. Just make your own opinion.
Yeah. All right, guys. See you next review.
Yep. See you next time, folks. Like and subscribe.